What's going on, everybody? Slinchy here with another Enshrouded build video. I'm absolutely loving this game. The build system is like hands down unlike anything I've ever played before. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that most of my builds take inspiration from famous movie scenes, shows, locations, whatever it may be. This week's no different. So in this build in particular, we took a lot of inspiration from the 80s movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And while nothing you're going to see here is really an exact replica of the movie, we did try to take different locations from the movie and kind of build around them to pull the whole build together. The reason I chose this particular location was because Pankot Palace in the movie was built upon a mountaintop, and we are here at the Pillars of Creation, which is a mountaintop. We also needed an area where we could build the Temple of Doom, and that needed to be built above a lava pit. Since we can't build in the Shroud, this was really the only option, so it was pretty much a no-brainer, like I said. Um, Again, nothing here is an exact replica. It's all just inspiration from the movie. I hope you all enjoy it, and looking for new build ideas. So make sure to leave a like in the comment, or not a like in the comments. Leave a like and comment on what you want to see me build next. If you've got something that you've been looking for someone to build, or just a general idea, I'd love to hear it. Okay, so as we come in the entrance, I mentioned that I had three kind of centerpiece locations that I really wanted to keep on theme with the movie. So I'll take you to the first one here, and this whole palace is kind of centered around this room, which in the movie there was this famous scene in when they get to the palace, they are sat down to have this crazy dinner with the, I'm not sure, I can't remember if it was a king or prince or whatever it may be. Um, but they had this scene where they were eating like monkey head soup and like beetle delicacies
Chilled monkey brain.
and stuff. So I really wanted to build kind of a central little like restaurant dining area. I'm pretty happy with how this came out. You can see here and throughout the build, we used copper stairs to form our roofs. I just liked how it looked. I really wanted that copper look on top of the buildings, and I couldn't get that with the regular roofs. So you can build roofs with stairs. It is definitely something you can do. We also used a lot of these banners as kind of curtains throughout the build. You can see here. I think it just gives that nice added layer of depth. And, of course, we decorated with plates and candles, chairs, all that stuff. It really just makes it feel a bit lived in. But that being said, we can't make all this stuff if we don't have all of our crafters. So I'm going to take you kind of through a little tour here. But again, we're starting at the entrance. We built basically a little workshop for each vendor, crafter, whatever you want to call it. This one here is the carpenter. Again, you can see we put the curtains up on all the windows. So this is the carpenter's study, workshop, whatever you want to call it. And I did some cool stuff here. I think it's cool, where this is actually the workbench. I could actually go in here and craft. But I built out a big, massive desk, and again, we decorated it with all the different things available to us in the game. This is the beehive smoker, the almanac of plant seedlings, just for some books, so, a little tool set attached to the desk. And we did the same thing with the table saw. I kind of built it out and expanded it just to kind of fill up the room and give it kind of a cool level of detail. At least my opinion, not yours, but hopefully you agree. We also built over here, this is our kind of kitchen cooking area. I've got two vendors in here. We've got the alchemist and the farmer, just because I think they kind of fit well together. And as you can see, we did a lot more like built-in type stuff. I used like, what are these things called? Like the braziers, kind of create this little cooking surface, and we put the pots on top. But I think kind of came out cool. And again, you're seeing a lot of these different crafting items that I've scattered throughout the build just to make it feel a bit more lived in. Added some of the vents above the stove. We put some smelters in here just to make it look like almost like a brick oven, kind of pizza style oven. I think they came out pretty cool. So don't sleep on doing this level of detail stuff because it really enhances the build as you put some stuff in. Of course, we've got our farm table crops here growing inside. You know, some spices and peppers and mushrooms that we could use in the cooking area. So hope you like this one. I think it came out fantastic, but you're always going to think that when you build it yourself. Moving on, we're going to go into our tanning leatherworking area. Of course, we've got for crafter in here. And again, I built a little small desk over here with a tool set. Make sure to put some paintings around. Just really populate the room. Give it a feel of being lived in. I'm going to say that over and over in this video, but it just makes such a huge difference, in my opinion. You also notice, like with these doors and stuff, I did triple door frames so that we could center the doors in. I think it just gives a nice kind of level of depth as opposed to just a flat wall that you're walking into. So it just kind of stands out and looks a little bit nicer. We also did the built-in table for the spinning wheels here as well as all the the loom and banner. I can't remember what these things are even called, but again, they're all accessible. You can go in and use them. We just built some stuff around it. Moving on, we're going to go to our smelting area, ironworking, whatever you want to call it. Got all the different smelters, kilns, charcoal production. Again, we built a desk over here. Each one of these guys got their own little desk. And I built a lot of different materials kind of to fit the theme of the room, if that makes sense. Same thing we built in around the forge here, just to give it a little added flair, I guess we can call it. We'll keep moving along here. We've got our tower. There's really not much populated in there. I'm not going to go in. There's really not much to show you in there. It was more just to give some height to the build and give us a kind of an area to jump to different areas from the map. But in here, we've got one of our two altars so that we can travel, and the other one's down below in the Temple of Dune. I didn't necessarily need it, but I thought it looked really cool in this space. Kind of like a library, storage, you know, just relaxing area, high comfort level. And everything we could possibly need is in here. Keep moving on. All this work that we're doing, we got to have a few places to sleep, so I put a couple bedrooms over here. First one here, again, high comfort area. Again, a lot of built-in stuff, scattered some books and paintings and candles all around just to give it that, again, feel of being lived in. I like the double beds, just makes it look a queen size, king size bed instead of a little twin. And one other thing I'll point out too is, you know, did a lot of planting around. I like the palm tree look. I put these little kind of water areas in, but I left some of the ground in there so that the flowers kind of come up through the water, which I thought looked pretty cool. It gives like almost like a lily pad, you know, koi pond kind of feel to it. Anyhow. And then over here, we've got our main bedroom, the master bedroom, and this one is the one I use most frequently. It's got a max comfort level. We've also got a little bathroom area that we put in here, framed in the sink. Kind of put some, you know, doors and curtains on the shower here, which I thought came out nice. Always got to have the fire pit, bookshelves, and oh, our other little secret was this is another one of the two centerpieces, or one of the three centerpieces, second one of the build. We've got this little secret door here that leads down to the Temple of Doom. And this is another kind of famous scene from the movie. I combined two rooms here. There's a part where Indy is like drank the blood and he's like, I don't know, having visions and he's lying on this thing surrounded by candles. But also the room where the spike came down from above and they had to be saved from. This is kind of like the little switch to turn that on. Of course, I can't animate things in this game, so, or at least not yet. So we just kind of combine these two rooms, again, taking inspiration, not an exact replica. And then we've got this secret door down here, which is going to bring us down to The Temple of Doom. And I thought this came out so cool. There's a famous part of the scene, a movie where they're kind of hiding up here when they first discover the entrance, and there's a ritual going on, ritual sacrifice going on down below, and they're kind of doing it from above. I wanted to incorporate that in here. Down. Same thing right here. Got this little area where you can kind of jump up to. We'll start over here. This area, again, you can see I put the limestone down and kind of just take a peek down. So this is, that kind of whole area of the Pillars of Creation inside. And this is why I built here, because I wanted this lava below so that we could have that sacrifice ritual over here. I'll show you that in a minute, though. So this area, we just kind of put some stone around. I wanted it to make it feel like it's like a live mine, where people are actively mining. We've got the explosives, we've got the smelters, the scaffolding to get up and mine different areas. Not a ton of detail here, but it made it feel like it was, again, being used, that people were actually down here doing stuff. And I think it came out pretty cool. What do you think? I don't know. And then the main centerpiece, final centerpiece of the build is kind of this ritualistic sacrifice area where Galima, I think from the video, or from the movie, I should say. Now, they didn't have a cross here. I tried building kind of statue-looking thing that they had, but it just wasn't coming out the way I liked it. So I thought, again, creative choices here. Cross makes it look like this kind of like holy area where they're worshiping some god. Got the little altar where they do their rituals. Some seats for everybody to kind of sit and watch the ritual. Like this idea from churches that I've been to where you can go in and light the candles. And then here is the chamber that they put the guy in. You go, oh, no, not you, and he's being sacrificed to get the forget what they call it, but they're like the stones of doom or whatever they are in the movie. And they lower the guy down into the lava as a sacrifice. So I thought it was really cool. That was really the main idea in the start of this build, was building this little section. We've got the wheel to activate it, to turn it, and to get it to go down into the pit. And then we just kind of filled in the rest of the area with, different crafting benches. We've got, all the leatherworking stuff here. We've got saws that are operating, alchemy. I love the look of kind of the lava coming up and the red that it gives here in the background. Same thing in all the different areas. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, this build took me many hours to complete. A lot of farming, a lot of different stuff that we had to do. I think it came out pretty damn cool. But let me know what you think in the comments. I would very much appreciate if you enjoyed this video and you've lasted this long. Please make sure to leave a like. And if you're feeling real frisky, you can throw in a follow there. I'm going to be posting a ton more of these builds. I've already got 2 others done that we're going to be working on videos for. And again, I'd love to hear some ideas from other people on what kind of famous scenes or locations that we could build in this game, because the possibilities are endless. They really are with the voxel-based building system that this game has. So yeah, I will catch you next time. Thanks again for tuning in, and peace out as always.